Now I am starting chapter 8, circulatory system. Almost all organisms including human have some kind of fluid circulating in their bodies. Such fluid constitute the distributing system, supply of substances as well as collecting system to pick up substances to and from the various part of the body, including the remotest cell. In this chapter we will study about the circulating fluid in our body, their composition and function. तो इस चैप्टर में हम अपनी बॉडी में जो सर्कुलेशन के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है वो सिस्टम जैसे कि ब्लड वाला उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. इन अ मल्टी सेलुलर body, each and every cell is not in the direct contact of external environment to get its required food, oxygen and other vital components. At the same time, the various metabolic waste produced in the body which may prove poisonous are also required to be removed. Therefore, a transport system is required to provide the body cell with vital component and also to help in the distribution of useful products in the body. It also helps in the elimination of waste. This transport system of the body is called circulatory system. The function of circulatory system can be: number 1, it supplies oxygen to different cell of the body. Number 2, it helps in the removal of carbon dioxide. Number 3, it helps in the distribution of nutrient to all the cell of the body. It helps in homeostasis, means maintains a constant internal environment in terms of temperature, pH, etc. It helps in the elimination of excretory waste. It helps in the defense of the body. Filling the petrol tank of a motor car is of no use unless there is a pipeline to carry the petrol from the tank to the engine. Similarly, digestive food in alimentary canal and absorbing oxygen from external environment in respiratory organs shall be no use to an animal unless the digested nutrient and oxygen are transported from these organs to all the body cell, where these are actually needed and utilized. That is why all higher multicellular animals, where there is complete division of labor, possess an extensive pipeline system called circulatory system for transporting material between various parts of the body. This system also helps in exchanging material from the external environment as well as in the elimination of metabolic waste. So, all the parts of a body that help in the transportation of various metabolic material in the body collectively constitute the circulatory system. In animal, it consists of 3 major parts: a fluid transporting medium, blood and lymph. Number 2, controlling center, the heart. And number 3, path through which transport medium circulate, that is the blood vessels and the lymph vessels. So I am repeating, the circulatory system is an amazing highway that travel through our entire body, connecting all our body cells. It is also known as the cardiovascular system. It is responsible for transporting material throughout the entire body. It transports nutrient, water, oxygen to a billion of body cells and carries away water such as carbon dioxide that body cell produce. It provides nourishment and help in fighting disease, stabilizing temperature and pH to maintain homeostasis. The circulatory system of human is closed system, while the lymphatic system is an open system that provide an accessory route for excess interstitial fluid which is returned to the blood. So what is the need for transport inside the body? Every organ in our body requires the involvement of circulating body fluid. For example, the digestive system digests and absorbs nutrients which are needed to be transported to every cell of the body. Next, the respiratory system draws in air and the oxygen picked up it in the lungs has to be transported to all parts of the body. Similarly, the CO2 collected from the entire body has to be carried to the lungs to be exhaled out of the body. All the extra water, excess salt, and the nitrogenous waste such as urea have to be removed from different parts and have to be sent to the excretory system to be thrown out of the body. Hormones secreted by the endocrine system have to be carried throughout the body by circulating blood to act well whenever required and so on. All such functions that need transport are performed by the two circulating fluid, the blood and the lymph. Beside transport, these fluids have some other function also. Now I am talking about fluids in our body. All living cells have to be provided with nutrients, oxygen and other essential substances. The harmful or waste substances produced have to be removed continuously for healthy functioning of tissue. It is therefore essential to have efficient mechanisms for the removal of these substances to the cell and from the cells. Different organisms have evolved different methods for this transport. More complex organisms use special fluid within their body to be transport such materials. Blood transport food, oxygen and waste material in human bodies. In all, 40-liter fluid is present in the body of a fully grown up man. 25-liter called intracellular fluid which is present within the cell. The remaining 15-liter called extracellular fluid is present in various space in the body. The total body fluid is distributed between two main compartments within our body. These are number 1 extracellular fluid ECF. The fluid that are not inside the cell are collectively known as extracellular fluid. These fluids make up about 1/4 of a person's body weight. It has high concentration of sodium ion. ECF is represented by different type of fluids like interstitial fluid or tissue fluid, that is directly surround the tissue and fill the space between them. Next, blood plasma. It flows in the arteries and veins. Next one is lymph. It flows through the lymph vessels. Next is non-circulating fluid like synovial fluid at the joints and vitreous humor in the eye. Number 2, intracellular fluid ICF. ICF represents the cytoplasmic fluid contained within a body cells. It represents larger compartment with approximately 2/3 of the body weight. It has a high concentration of potassium ion. Now I am talking about blood vascular system. Blood vascular system is a system of vessels through which the blood flows. The direction of blood flow is regulated by pumping organ in the heart. The circulatory system can be of two types. Number 1 open circulatory system. Number 2 closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system. In open circulatory system, capillaries are absent and arteries open into large space means cavities called blood sinus from where blood enter into the veins. Example arthropods, mollusks. तो इंसेक्ट्स वगैरह में ब्लड खुले में बहता है, किसी पाइपलाइन में आर्टरीज वेन्स के थ्रू नहीं बहता. Number 2 closed circulatory system. In closed circulatory system, blood capillaries are present between arteries and veins and blood sinus are absent. This is more efficient than open circulatory system. Example annelids and all vertebrates. तो ह्यूमन में और वर्टिब्रेट्स में क्लोज सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम होता है. हमारा ब्लड ओपन में खुले में नहीं बहता, आर्टरीज वेन्स में पाइपलाइंस में कैपिलरीज में बहता है. ब्लड वेस्कुलर सिस्टम कंसिस्ट ऑफ ब्लड, हार्ट एंड blood vessels. Blood vessels are arteries, veins and capillaries. So there are three principal fluid in our body. Number one, blood. Blood contained in the heart and in the blood vessel, arteries, veins and capillaries of the circulatory system. Number two, tissue fluid, occupying space between cell in the organ. Number three, lymph, which is contained within a lymph vessels and lymphatic organs such as spleen and the tonsils. Three principal fluid in our body are, now I am explaining. Blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. Blood consists of a fluid medium called plasma in which the cells are suspended. Plasma transport food, carbon dioxide and nitrogen and waste in dissolved form. Oxygen is carried by the red blood cells. Many other substances like salt are also transported by the blood. We need a pumping organ to push blood around the body as well as network of tube to reach all the tissue and a system in place to ensure that this network can be repaired if damaged. So, blood is a fluid connective tissue. Normal blood volume for adult range 4.5 to 5.5 liter for a woman and from 5 to 6 liter for a man. The blood is slightly alkaline with pH of 7.4. The specific gravity of blood is 1.05 to 1.06. When oxygenated, it is bright red as in arteries, but veins, when deoxygenated, it is dull red as in vein. तो साफ खून ब्राइट रेड होता है और आर्टरीज में मिलता है प्योर ब्लड, ऑक्सीनेटेड ब्लड, और इम्प्योर वाला जो होता है वो पर्पलिश ब्लू होता है, डिऑक्सीनेटेड ब्लड होता है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वाला होता है, वेस्ट वाला होता है, वो वेन्स में मिलता है. इसीलिए वेन्स हमारी बॉडी में ऊपर की तरफ और डीपली सिचुएटेड आर्टरीज होती हैं. ब्लड कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ लिक्विड पार्ट कॉल्ड प्लाज्मा. ब्लड के लिक्विड को प्लाज्मा कहते हैं. एंड मैनी सेल्स कॉल्ड ब्लड कार्पल्सल्स और फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट फ्लोटिंग इन द प्लाज्मा. और ब्लड प्लाज्मा लिक्विड में जो सेल्स होती हैं उन्हें ब्लड कार्पल्सल्स कहा जाता है. The remarkable red colored fluid that keep on circulating through the heart and various blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. So what is plasma? Plasma is the whole blood minus the formed element, means blood cell and platelets floating in it. Serum on the other hand is the plasma from which fibrinogen is removed during clotting. Now I am talking about function of plasma. It is about 55% of the total blood volume. It is transparent alkaline fluid or straw color due to bilirubin pigment. Plasma is composed of about 92% water and about 8% solid. Plasma is the solid. The solid part of the plasma consists of protein, represent about 8% of the total solid parts that include albumin and globin. Albumin maintain osmotic pressure of the blood. Globulin help in transportation of substance. Gamma globulin or immunoglobulin forms antibodies and help in defense. Number 3, fibrinogen and prothrombin helps in clotting of blood. Protein also helps in maintaining the pH of the blood. Other organic substances present in the blood are glucose and traces of other sugar, amino acid, cholesterol, hormone and urea, enzyme, etc. Inorganic substances include chloride and bicarbonate, mainly Na+, K+, and Ca++, which maintain pH of the blood. Now I am talking about blood corpuscles. The formed element or cellular part of the blood consists of RBC means erythrocyte, WBC means leukocyte and platelets means thrombocyte.